Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, I'm going to ask the question, will we see a $15,000 Bitcoin? Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below. I'm going to put a video together today that kind of tries to articulate as to why I believe that we will. But obviously, you know, time will tell. Obviously, Nick's technical analysis is indicating that we should expect somewhere down to 15.5K potentially. And that's utilizing 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 theory. But I'm going to go through some more fundamental reasons as to why we might possibly just see that $15,000 BTC. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Really interested to get your views and opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to jump in our Discord. The link is in the description. It's free to join. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button. It really does support the channel, helps push out the content to like-minded individuals. Really do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, not sure why, but subscribe, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video update. Right, let's get to the desktop. Can't get my words out today. So yeah, like take 50. So right, let's get into this. The total market cap of all crypto is at $909.08 billion, up 0.60% at the time of recording. Now, yesterday I put out a video saying that I did think that the most recent sort of pump was going to be short-lived. We dropped, you know, from that pump to below 20k, but it looks like, you know, whilst I've been sleeping, we broke through the 20k, which potentially was a bit of resistance. We're now sat at 20,187.91, up 1.36% at the time of recording. Now, again, I think it's a volatile market. I do expect it to pull back down in line with Nick's analysis. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Like, I'm so eager to see the thoughts that you guys have in the comments below. So first of all, we'll cover obviously Three Arrows Capital. We know they filed for bankruptcy. So again, this is one of those reasons why I do believe that we are likely to see lower lows. Right now, you know, if I'm right in what I'm saying now, I was wrong about what I said in May, that I expected the bottom to be in June. So, you know, either way, I was wrong at one point and I was right at another. So, you know, it's going to be interesting because we did see a lower low in June and I did gobble it up. I bought some. Many of the people in the Discord would see my live buys as I buy it. So this isn't somebody that's, you know, just making up as he goes along. You know, it could have dropped lower, but I got somewhere down near the bottom, the recent bottom that is, and I'm continuing to dollar cost average in at the prices that I've kind of set from Nick's analysis. So definitely worth jumping in the Discord, taking a look at that. But, you know, with all these bankruptcies that we have started to see, you know, Three Arrows Capital being one, there's going to be a lot of assets that are up for sale. So whether that's over the counter, or whether, you know, retail are going to get an opportunity to gobble some of this up, I don't know. But, you know, it's probably unlikely. But let's just put it this way. If it's, you know, institutions that buy it up on the cheap, whilst they're buying that up, they're not going to be buying up, you know, on the standard market that everyone else is buying from. So ultimately, the prices I still feel will come down. So we'll see how things sort of progress. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Obviously, we've just woke up to the news that Voyager have filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. So, you know, again, it's another, I guess, lending platform that is, you know, declaring bankruptcy. It's not great for the sector. Again, it could mean that we have, you know, cheap assets that are available, right? An influx of assets available on the market. And the problem here is, you know, the buying volume isn't really there. So when you add more assets and there isn't the demand for it, the price goes down. And this is kind of what Nick and myself have been articulating quite a bit. Now, we're hopeful that Celsius survive, and we'll come on to that in a moment. But it doesn't look good for a lot of other, you know, lending platforms. Void was another one that recently paused withdrawals. We've had rumors of KuCoin, and I get people are saying that these are false. they might be false, they might not be false, so I'm not taking any side. But one thing that I am saying is make sure that you utilize good risk management. Now, the first step of that is to understand the risk that you're at, what the risk it is with each asset that you own and so forth, right? So go do that, and then make sure that you've got a good risk management strategy. Now, with all of that said, one of the major risks is where you keep your crypto. Obviously, some of these lending platforms and exchanges pausing withdrawals, stopping people from getting their assets, and potentially lots of people losing their assets. I think it's really important to keep your crypto on a hardware wallet, for example, like Ledger. The link is in the description. I'll put an ad in.
Okay, it's that point in the video where we want to talk about being safe in the crypto space. We see a lot of scam activity and want to ensure our cheeky community are as safe as possible and prevent anyone from losing their crypto. There are many different scams in the space, but one of the most common and easy to avoid are those hacked wallets and exchanges being hacked themselves. This is where hardware wallets come in. When it comes to choosing a crypto wallet, there is no perfect solution. And no matter which kind of wallet you do choose, if you don't understand the basics of security, you can still become a target of bad actors. Now, like I said, we like hardware wallets because they minimize the risks that we cannot control, such as major data breaches at cryptocurrency exchanges or malware that exploits the zero-day vulnerabilities in mobile and desktop operating systems. To be clear though, hardware wallets are not perfectly safe. They will give you an added level of security and protection though. We do like to use the Ledger devices. We have Ledger Nano S and X on this channel, and these are for a good bang for your buck when it comes to keeping your crypto safe and secure. There are two models, the Ledger Nano X and the Ledger Nano S. The X uses Bluetooth and can be used with your mobile, where the Ledger Nano S, it does require you to actually plug it into a laptop. Those are the two main versions, and we actually use both of them as some cryptocurrencies only work with the Ledger Nano S currently. The Ledger Nano S is smaller, however, with a limit on the amount of different coins that you can hold, whereas the Ledger Nano X can hold up to 100 different cryptocurrencies. You often find yourself having a trade-off between the kind of hardware wallet that you want to buy and obviously the ones that do everything you absolutely need them to do. Now, when it comes to cost and availability, I do find that Ledger is a little bit easier to kind of come by and is more affordable to the everyday individual and investor. When it comes to buying a hardware wallet, we do suggest you research the different types and brands, and I cannot stress this part enough. Only order directly from the manufacturer, as there are many fake hardware wallets out there. If you are interested in a hardware wallet, there is a link to Ledger's official website in the description below. You will be able to find out more details about how to keep your crypto safe there. Guys, let's continue with the video.
And I think, it's something that's definitely worthwhile exploring. So we've got a few articles. Obviously, again, Voyager seeks bankruptcy protection amid crypto crisis. The Toronto-based lender filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in New York late Tuesday. The crypto lender filed for bankruptcy late Tuesday to become the second high-profile firm to do so in recent days. And we're talking in the span of 5 days here. It's not a great length of time. Now, there's a lot of people saying or suggesting that, there's going to be a few different companies or individuals looking to, save some of these platforms. Yes, I agree with that. Some will be saved, but others are just going to be, they're going to be beyond savior, right? Like, I think that's just a fact. And ultimately, Sam, 𝗕𝗘 and all these other individuals, they're not like your heroes of crypto. They're not doing this to save retail. They might, PR spin it that way, but ultimately some of these people are, having huge negative impacts on retail investors, more so one person than another. And I'm not going to get into naming and shaming here, but there's lots of buying over the counter, dumping on retail. They don't care about retail as much as people might spin it a certain way so they look good. Ultimately, this is for getting a great deal below market value, and pleasing shareholders. Let's not, think about this in any other way, because they're not here to save you. No one cares about you. Nobody cares about, the money that you make or you lose. So, I think this is, hard to hear, but it's the honest truth. And people need to perhaps just wake up a little bit to it. Make sure that you're keeping your crypto safe. Now, I mentioned earlier that Celsius, looking more positive, right? Celsius repays 183 million on DeFi exchange Maker, gets back collateral, blockchain data shows. So the troubled lender paid down 183 million of its debt on decentralized exchange Maker. This is interesting stuff. I'm going to link this in our Discord, so definitely worth taking a look at it. I think now it's less than $3,000 that basically would liquidate Celsius on their wrap Bitcoin. So I think this is positive, great to see, but I still think there's an awful lot of work to sort of, I guess, build up confidence in customers, because as soon as they open those withdrawals, customers are going to be doing that run on the bank that everybody's quite fearful of. So I don't think it's necessarily where it needs to be just yet, and it's going to be interesting to see how things sort of progress with Celsius. Moving on, and we've got Nexo. Now, Nexo, very clever with what they're doing, going around saying that they're potentially willing to acquire some of these troubled rival businesses. I'm going to put it out there, Nexo, start delivering, and instead of just talking about it, let's see you actually take action on some of these words that you keep speaking, because at the moment all I'm seeing is words, and words are meaningless. Maybe this is just PR opportunity to look strong in a weak market, or maybe there's more to it. Now, what does all of this sort of mean for me? It means that it's one of those, like, I kind of feel that we could see a 15k Bitcoin. I think it really depends on the macro events that are happening inside the crypto space. For one, how do these lending platforms and exchange platforms do they survive, or do they go bankrupt and assets get made available on the market? There's no volume there. If that happens, I think that we will see lots of good buying opportunities for people that have got money on the sidelines. If we don't see that and they survive, again, I think we could still see a 15k Bitcoin. I think it really depends on what happens outside of just the crypto market, because you could be forgiven for being mistaken that this is just a crypto related issue with the prices dropping as much as they have. This isn't. This is financial sector after financial sector issue. This is a worldwide scenario of potentially going into a recession. So this is something that I think is a fantastic opportunity, probably the biggest transfer of wealth we're likely to ever see in our lifetimes. And ultimately, if you've got money on the side and you can afford to get into the market, then I think this is going to be life-changing for many. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Really interested to get your views and opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.